Whether it's the comfort of a warm welcome home, a warm meal, or a warm shoulder to cry on when you think about the horrors of your post-college adulthood, there are times when we could all use a little maternal love in our lives. Because anime is packed full of wonderful women, I want to honor this Mother's Day with a ranking of anime moms based on who I'd want to be my mommy. You know, when you stop and think about it for a second, anime is bursting with questionable fathers. I mean, we're talking Pokemon, Full Metal Alchemist, Hunter x Hunter, Gurren Lagann, the list could go on forever. In each of these series' main characters' dads just sort of up and left at some point in their early childhood. With this epidemic of absentee fathers, anime moms have got to be ready to pick up the slack, which might just be why the medium has given us so many incredible mothers. There's also the fact that being an anime mom seems to come with a 50% morality rate. So any mother who manages to make it out of things alive tends to be pretty badass and smart for never once trying the flop tail, aka the dead mom hair. Also, you guys should watch our anime hair video. It's great. Let's start this list off with a woman who needs no introduction, Inko Midoriya. And I know what you're gonna say, I did just introduce her, but why don't you lay off me? Inko is a wholesome, down-to-earth mom who can really bring on the feels. Personally, I love seeing all the fantastic Inko cosplayers, whether they bring their own Deku along with them, or just adopt someone once they get to the con. Inko just wants her son to be able to be happy, but she's gotta cope with the fact that he's chose a terrifying, life-threatening profession. One reason she's a great mom is that despite her fears, she still gives Deku the freedom to chase his dreams. You might want to criticize her for being a bit stifling and overprotective, but I'd like to see you sit and watch your child successfully break every finger he's got on live TV and not question his life choices just a little bit. Also, keep in mind that Deku was exposed to that level of danger in an official school event, not even a full-out fight against villains. When you look at it that way, Inko's an incredibly strong person. She probably never forgave herself for not telling that Deku could still be a hero back when he found out he was quirkless. She probably never forgave herself for potentially passing on the quirkless genes to Deku in the first place. That's why, even though it's scary, she gives Deku her unwavering support now. And let's give a shout out to My Hero Academia's other moms too. They aren't all perfect. But when we met the families of our Class 1A students in episode 50, we got to see a lot of great mothers, in particular Bakugo's, who is just, oh, she's perfect and I love her. Any woman that can lovingly shut down her edgelord son is a hero in my book. Given how reserved Bakugo's dad is, it's a good thing he's got her around to keep him in place. They're really a perfect fit for each other, as are Deku and Inko. As scared as he may be by the present danger, Deku will always come running in to save those in need. And as scared as Inko is for him, she'll always support Deku doing so. How could you not love these two crybabies? Inko is a classic motherly figure and a true hero in her own right. For an even more classic mom, we go to the OG, Ash's mom, Delia Ketchum. Now, I know that a lot of us crushed on Misty back in the day, including this girl, but those of us with worldly tastes knew that Miss Ketchum had it going on. What can I say? When her most viable romantic options were Mr. Mime or Professor Oak, you couldn't help but think you might have a chance. Maybe Delia thinks he's a foxy grandpa? I don't know. If Inko is protective, Delia is the total opposite. Like many in the Pokemon world, she embraces free-range parenting to the fullest. And so, within the first few episodes, her son is getting electrocuted, attacked by a swarm of Pidgey, and battling elite agents of the local mafia. Some might find this a bit irresponsible on her part, but Delia's always there to cheer Ash up in a video call when he needs some encouragement, and ask if he remembered to pack his clean underwear when he needs to be embarrassed in front of his friends. She cares enough to see that she's got an independent son and give him the room to find his place in the world. And that is the mark of a great mom. For the ultimate calming and comforting mommy, there's no one I'd rather have than Madoka's mother, Junko. She's really got it all put together. She's a competent, successful career woman, but she can also sit down with you if you need advice and be vulnerable about her own struggles so you know you aren't alone. She's someone who seems very wise. Like she always has an insight into the issues that you're facing. After all, wounds heal faster when you're young. If you learn how to fall well now, I'm sure it'll help you later in life. And And of course, she'll give you this advice all while sipping some straight whiskey. My kind of woman. You know those people in your life who manage to juggle all these different tasks and seem to pull it off so effortlessly? That's Junko. And you can't help but feel that she's able to make everything work, so you'll be able to do so too, especially with her guidance. She doesn't live her life without struggle, but that's exactly what makes her so approachable. As she says, us adults are always in pain. That's why we're allowed to drink alcohol. Amen, sister. Motherhood means more than just a biological connection though, and anime has plenty of top-tier mommies whose families are a bit less traditional. Before she made Yuri on Ice, director Sayo Yamamoto gave us Michiko to Hachin. Michiko is on the run from gang members and police alike, but during all that she manages to rescue Hachin from her abusive foster home, becoming the de facto adoptive mother for Hachin. This is not the most warm and fuzzy of relationships, especially early on. The two of them clash constantly, as the more responsible Hachin tries to rein in Michiko's wild side a little bit because it's not a phase, Mom! And the usually carefree Michiko has to now deal with having someone aside from herself to look after. Soon enough, however, they really come to care about each other, and we get to see a beautiful story of found family unfold. God, I'm such a sucker for found family stories. They warm my stony heart. What makes Michiko so great as a mother is that even though every aspect of her personality conflicts with Hachin's, their bond holds strong throughout every fight those differences cause. However, the one integral element is there, a genuine love between the two of them. As we saw with Hachin's foster family, sharing the same general values as someone means nothing without a basic respect for their humanity. And as we see with Michiko, as long as that love and respect is there, your relationship can overcome any other challenge that might be in its way. What is the only thing better than having an anime mommy? Having two of them, of course! Next up, we've got the most legendary power couple in all of anime, Nanoha and Fate. These two are among the most powerful mages of the Time-Space Administrative Bureau, the world's interdimensional security force, with Nanoha the ace of aces and Fate the ace of the Navy serving as figureheads for their respective divisions. I'm gonna start a petition to send every one of those world's coolest mom mugs to those two, because that right there is the most badass thing ever. And of course, there's their daughter. If you're in the middle of watching this series, skip ahead a few seconds because there are some light spoilers ahead. Go ahead, I've got all day. Adrian's got jelly beans. We'll have a party. These two lovebirds have their fun gallivanting across the galaxy for a bit, and then they end up rescuing Vivio, a clone of the last of the ancient Belkan Saint Kings, because of course they needed to have the coolest daughter in the world too. Initially, they only intended to care for Vivio while a suitable adoptive parent was found, but when it became clear that she'd gotten attached to the two of them, Nanoha and Fate, now Nanoha Mama and Fate Mama, took Vivio in. Their relationship is so good because of what it's a response to. Fate had been the victim of an abusive mother herself, a clone of the woman's dead daughter that she ended up hating for failing to literally be that daughter. And it was only through Nanoha's love that she came to realize that she had value as a person and could be deserving of affection. I came to that realization about myself after listening to Mitsuki's Be the Cowboy 50 times on repeat. I don't have a problem. The fact that she was able to help rescue Vivio from abusive exploitation and give this girl the motherly love that she had been denied is a powerful one. I'd love to get a bit of that affection myself, and don't lie, you definitely want a space mage couple to be your moms too if you had the chance. Sometimes though, you want your girlfriend to be your mommy. I didn't write that. Well, I can explain. So in the anime review Starlight, a girl named Mahiru is crushing hard on main girl Karen. Unfortunately for her, Karen's got a fated love with her childhood friend Hikari, so it doesn't look like things are gonna turn out for poor Mahiru. Except, Mahiru never really goes away. Hikari moves into the room Mahiru and Karen share, but Mahiru isn't kicked out, and she continues doting on Karen, along with Hikari as well. By the end of the series, Hikari and Karen are both being too gay to live, and there's Mahiru, folding their laundry for them so things don't fall apart. Call me crazy, but I'm on the side of an OT3 here. And I mean, this is not subtle. In the game, the two of them start calling her Mamahiru. Is this perhaps so appealing to me because I too would like a cute girl to take care of me and prevent my household from falling into chaos? Who could say? What I can say though is that for anyone dreaming of someone who will fulfill you romantically while also making sure you get to class on time with a clean set of clothes, Mahiru is the perfect choice. We've gone through a bunch of TV anime here. How about we start bringing on the movie mamas? And what kind of list would this be if we didn't start with Hana? Hana from Wolf Children might be the most deeply beloved mom in all of anime. In fact, she's such a good mom that this is the movie people tell you to show your mom to try and get her into anime. Director Mamoru Hosoda lost his own mother right before he finished Summer Wars, the film he made before Wolf Children, and you could see how much love he poured into portraying motherhood in the movie. Hana feels like an encapsulation of just how much respect Hosoda had for the work his mother did, and the care that she showed him. Hana was working her way through school, but left that education in order to start a family. So when her husband died, she was left with nothing except the resolve to give her children a good life. She was willing to move to the countryside, learn how to farm, and do whatever it took to raise her children well. And the thing that really makes the film work is just how hard of a time she has of it. The central device, the half-human, half-wolf nature of her children, is an incredible way of conveying how it feels to raise kids, especially as a single mother. They can be wild and unpredictable, and there's always going to be tension between the domesticity of the household life and their nature as creatures that were built to live in the wild. The fact that Hana never loses her ever-present smile and is able to guide these atypical kids of hers into happy lives is an admirable feat of personal strength. And if all of that wasn't enough hard work on her part, Hana is also there on every YouTube lo-fi hip-hop stream, providing an encouraging presence by studying, sleeping, and relaxing alongside you. Thanks, Mom! We aren't done with Hosoda yet, though, because now it's time to show grandmas some love, because they're mommies too. Hosoda explores family in all of his films, and in Summer Wars, the gigantic extended Jinnochi family is the focus. The matriarch who holds this motley crew together is none other than Sakai, the protagonist's grandmother. Sakai represents so much for this family. She's the one who organizes and coordinates all of them for get-togethers. She's the one who checks up on everyone in the family to see how they're doing. She's the point they all sort of converge around. When the online systems that the world runs on are hacked and sent into chaos, Sakai makes use of the fact that she personally knows seemingly every single person in a 50-mile radius to call all of them up, get the kinds of help that were needed to wherever they needed to be. If networking could ever be an act of badassery rather than a nightmare, this would be it right here. Also, haven't you always wanted a mommy that can use a spear? Personally, I want a mom that can use a javelin, and a sword, and a dagger. I want my mom to be Arya Stark. While I'm ranking everyone on who I want to be my mommy, let me also stop to note someone who I absolutely do not want to be my mommy under any circumstances whatsoever. Keep Isabella away from me, please. I do not want any piece of that. Don't let her hurt me. Or force me to become a mama. Unless it's a cat mama. That blight on anime moms aside though, we fans really are spoiled with how many good options are out there. Why don't you let us know what some of your favorite anime moms are in the comments below? And to all of the wonderful moms out there, happy Mother's Day. You've earned it. Especially my mommy. Hi Mom, you're a supernova. I'm Dorrie, and this is Getting the Robot, your anime watch list.